tell you thought you owned the place. The words that you said, the 2 steps ahead. Well, your way to play was widespread. Take a chance, you said, with quite the charm. And then you got me unharmed. But you thought you'd screw me over, but you'll do no harm. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. Now if you want, we can fight. I've got all night if I'm not all that exciting fun. Don't think you're burning me, I'm free and fine. See, got other places to be. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. Now we've had some fun, but I'm not the one. Since you walk over me when you're done, it's not what I seek, and I won't be weak. I won't let you hush me when I speak. Take a chance, you said, with quite the charm. And then you got me unharmed. But you thought you'd screw me over, but you'll do no harm. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. Now if you want, we can fight. I've got all night if I'm not all that exciting fun. Don't think you're burning me, I'm free and fine. See, got other places to be. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. Now if you want, we can fight. I've got all night if I'm not all that exciting fun. Don't think you're burning me, I'm free and fine. See, got other places to be. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. The look on your face, the thrill of the chase. I could tell you thought you owned the place. The words that you said, the 2 steps ahead. Well, your way to play was widespread. Take a chance, you said, with quite the charm. And then you got me unharmed. But you thought you'd screw me over, but you'll do no harm. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. Now if you want, we can fight. I've got all night if I'm not all that exciting fun. Don't think you're burning me, I'm free and fine. See, got other places to be. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. Now we've had some fun, but I'm not the one. Since you walk over me when you're done, it's not what I seek, and I won't be weak. I won't let you hush me when I speak. Take a chance, you said, with quite the charm. And then you got me unharmed. But you thought you'd screw me over, but you'll do no harm. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. Now if you want, we can fight. I've got all night if I'm not all that exciting fun. Don't think you're burning me, I'm free and fine.
your body, my body, may not be cooperating with what you want it to do, with what you think in your mind you should be able to do. Maybe you hear yourself doing too many, when you get up and stand up and move. Maybe you're too stiff. Maybe things are slow. Maybe you got aches and pains. But we're going to work on that. We're going to work on that with your yoga today. We're going to improve it right here, right now, in the next 1 hour. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home, and that's the best part of it. You're doing it at home. It's a part of your regular routine, like brushing your teeth. It's 10 minutes. It's an hour, but if it's only just 10 minutes, let that solitude of that time being on your mat be sacred to you, and I promise you'll be better off for it. Every day is different in our practices. We are live every single day on Facebook and YouTube. Send us a like, thumbs up, whatever you do to indicate that you like it, or leave us a comment. I'd appreciate it. But whatever you do, show up. Just show up and do what's right for your body. That's what the bottom of our screen says. Do what is right for your body. Every day we work on different things. Yesterday we worked a lot on the hips, and we're going to do that a lot today too, taking it one step further. Remember shoelace? We're going to be more intense today. And that's good. That's really good for your body. You're going to hold these poses longer in today's restorative practice, allowing you to just release in the mind. Because when you hold on, your mind is holding on thinking, oh, I'm going to hold on really tensely. Eventually, you just kind of surrender to the pose. And that's what we're after today. So in some ways, today's practice is one of the hardest of the week because you got to let your mind go. That's really, really hard. But don't hurt yourself. If something hurts, come out of it. Don't do it. Take it to a lesser extent. You can always do that. But the word to think about today is reach. It's peace. It's peace. It's peace. As you find peace in your body, reach for your goals. How's that? All right, peace is important. Peace is important to come to solitude and just letting things go. And that's what you're going to do today. But you're going to reach for your goals by finding that peace and surrender in your body. Okay, so that's that. Be near a wall. You're going to want to be near a wall for your legs up the wall pose. And another little surprise I have for you. Okay, let's get to this, all right? Your blanket. You're going to need a blanket, a throw blanket. You're going to like it. An eye shade and a towel. Some water. Yes, water is good. A bolster or a big heavy pillow from your sofa. Can't beat a bolster, grab a bolster. 2 yoga blocks, right here you go. 2 yoga blocks. We're going to use the bolster and the blocks to begin with. All right, so set them up. Remember, be near a wall. Your 2 yoga blocks. Let's position the blocks into an L shape. As you position the blocks in an L shape on your mat, let's add in the bolster. Let's take the bolster and set it up here. All right, so you got your blocks in an L. Put the bolster on top of it, and you may want to put your towel on it. It kind of just keeps your bolster clean. Or if you want a little extra height, add the blanket to it. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to start in a child's pose. Stress number, scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. What's going on? Lock that number in, remember it. Don't overthink it. And then we'll come back to it later. All right, so we're going to come to a child's pose on this bolster, propped up bolster setting. Now, a couple things you can do with your legs. I know some of you, your knees, just won't cooperate. So we'll look at the alternatives first. What you could do is sit on your bottom. Bend your knees however much feels good or straight, whatever. And then hinge forward and come to rest your chest on this setup. I am going to bend my knees. I had a lot of trouble with my knees in the past, but my yoga really has, I hesitate to use the word cure, but I have no knee pain anymore. All right, so gone are the braces and all that stuff. The knees are okay, and I thank my yoga for it. All right, bending the knees, maybe sit on your heels for a moment and then come to recline here. As I said, we hold these poses longer in this practice. We're going to do this one for 6 minutes. That's a long time. We're going to do 3 minutes on one cheek, 3 minutes on the other. Come to recline here. Take a deep breath in. Get nestled in and let your chest feel good. And as you're ready, rest one cheek on the setup. If you don't want to do the single cheek, you can keep your chin on your mat. But I'm going to nestle in here and soften in my shoulders and my neck. Eyes are closed. Chest is heavy on this setup. It's going to support me. Arms wherever you want. Just let the chest rest on the bolster. So sometimes think of life as a snow globe, right? You shake it up, it's all pretty, but the chaos of the snow is all around. Now is the time to let the snow in that snow globe settle as you find peace in your body. Take deep breaths in through your nose and deep breaths out through your mouth as you just try to get your mind and your thoughts out of the way. Be here in the present moment. Your head is heavy. Let it release a little bit more. See, you are holding on there in the shoulders and the neck and the head. Let the head be super heavy on this bolster. Shoulders are away from your ears. Sigh it out a little bit through your mouth. And come into a deeper peace by focusing inward, perhaps closing your lips and breathing in and out of your nose only. Inner peace is a beautiful thing because there will never be outer peace. There's always chaos. Unplug from it. Calm your body. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. And if you have been resting your head on one cheek, it is time to turn the other cheek. Just relax deeper into your breath. 3 minutes on this other side. Turn your neck and rest on this side. Arms are heavy. No tension holding them back there. Relax your shoulders a little bit more. Internal peace. deep breaths in and deep, slow breaths out. We've now been here for 6 minutes total. If this pose speaks to you and you just want to continue and stay here, go right ahead. I'm going to move into like a supported fish pose on this exact same setup. If you'd like to join me, slowly bring your head back to center, just nice and slowly. You could keep your eyes closed through this one. Press on up. Maybe you find your blanket, another blanket, or if you don't have the blanket on here, you can use it, and your eye shades. All right, so let's come to recline on this setup in like a fish pose. All right, so your bottom is up near the bottom of your bolster. Maybe open up your blanket and cover in the hips, the feet, whatever. Now this one's gonna be longer. This is your fish pose for 5 minutes. Cover up with your blanket, cover with the eye shade. Just have your bottom down on the earth and just nestle in here. Get totally comfortable and just relax deeper into your breath. Still your mind and let your body unwind for 5 minutes. Arms down by your sides or wherever they feel comfortable and surrendering for you. Legs can be long on your mat, bent so the soles of your feet are on your mat, or knees open wide to the sides with your soles of your feet touching. You can add that blanket onto your open lap for a little bit of weight to encourage the knees down. Deep breaths here, and allow your chest to open and your heart to open too, and just be light. The hardest part is letting go. Let go of the tension in your shoulders. Let go of the tension in your hips. Let go of the tension between your eyebrows. And just breathe. Deepen your breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep, slow breath out. That's been 5 minutes. That's a long time. Seems like a long time when you first come into the pose and you wonder, how am I going to make it through this? And then come the end, and the time is up, I feel at least that I'd like to stay longer. If you'd like to stay longer, go right ahead. I'm going to go more into the hips in the next pose with a half pigeon pose. If you'd like to join me, deconstruct this pose. Send your legs long the way you came into it. Maybe roll off your blocks a little bit to one side and come on up, and let's set up for our half pigeon pose. All right, so for this today, we're going to remove the blocks and bring one down by your right hip. Then we're going to take the bolster and bring it up to the top of your mat in a horizontal position. For your knees, maybe have the blanket opened up on your mat, kind of underneath your knees. All right, so put your knees on your mat. Send your left knee up to the bolster. Send your right knee long on your blanket. And bend your left foot so that your shin is parallel to the top of your mat. With the shin parallel to the bolster or the top of the mat, come on down. Come on down. And the block, let's bring it underneath your left glutes. All right, so the idea there is to keep your hips equidistant to your mat. I'm going to set a timer here. I think 3 minutes on each side will do us just right today. So nestle in here. Bring your forearms onto your bolster, whatever feels good. Maybe your hands are crisscrossed. And you settle in here. It's an intense pose. If at all you feel pain, come out of it. If it's just uncomfortable, trust me for a little bit on this. You'll breathe into it, it'll feel good, and at the end of the 3 minutes, you're going to want to stay longer. So just see what feels good for you. I've got to move my bolster up a little more to the top of the mat. Soften in your shoulders. Take a moment, settle in. Breathe deeply. Let the tension in the shoulders go. And in the hips, especially that left one. Top of the right foot is long on your mat, and you have length in that right leg. Breathe deeply. Your glutes, don't hold them tight. Soften. Soften just a little bit more in your glutes. Imagine space in between your hips. Sigh it out of your mouth if it's tense. Let it all go. Big breath in. Big breath out. It's been 3 minutes on this hip. If you'd like to stay longer, go for it. Just give the other hip equal time when you switch to the other side. I'm going to come out of this pose, pressing on up into my straightened arms, hands into the mat. I'm going to tuck my back right toes. I'm going to send the left leg back to meet the right. And from this kneeling position, I'm going to lift my left leg and just shake it out a little bit. Whatever feels good for you. Circulate, move the hip in both directions. Breathe. Come back to a neutral tabletop. Switch the block to the other side. Bend your left knee now, and let's do the opposite side. Bring the, right leg. Bring the right knee behind the bolster. Bend the shin so it's more parallel to the top of your bolster. Block goes under the right hip. Slip on down to your forearms here. Maybe you stay on the forearms and let your head rest. Left leg is long. Top of the left foot is on the mat. Soften in your shoulders and let it be. As you're ready, slowly, and only when you're ready, slip on down. Maybe hands are crossed, head is on the bolster. Breathe. With each exhale, let your shoulders soften even more. And think of sending that breath, that fresh breath, to your hips, allowing them to find space, allowing them to create more mobility and flexibility in your one and only wonderful body. Take a deep breath in. And a deep, slow breath out. As you're ready, let's come out of it. Or maybe you're going to stay longer because you stayed longer on the other side. Remove your block. Press into your arms. Knees meet on the blanket if you used it. This time lift the right hip up and circulate it all around. And just be glad for that mobility you've got in that hip now. All right, let's take Pentacle pose. Let's clear all these props away, but keep your blanket. Open it up a little bit more. Just the added cushioning feels good. We're going to take a 3-minute Pentacle. Your hips are going to like this. Come all the way down to reclined. Maybe have your eye shade or your towel to cover your eyes as well. Feet, legs spread, feet at the bottom of your mat with your heels on the edges, pinky toes falling out. Arms, let's bring them up into a capital letter X shape. So our body looks like a big letter X. Rest here, and if you don't like the arm position, bring it down a little bit so you are comfortable. 3 minutes of peace on your mat. Deepen your breaths. Take a big inhale and a big slow exhale. Stay here if you like. When do you ever give yourself permission to just relax the mind and the body? Unless you're sleeping. Take this time and enjoy it. If you'd like to join me for another even larger hip opener, because that's our focus today, maybe bring your arms down by your sides, legs back to the midline of your body. Let's press on up and make our way to the wall. All right, so I'm going to bring my blanket and maybe the eye shape. You know, there's lots of variations that we do here. Maybe you like more props, less props, up to you. But I'm going to scoot the blanket pretty close to the wall. And I'm going to bring my right hip, you can bring your left hip, up next to the wall. One hip up next to the wall. Send your legs on up the wall. Maybe you just want to go into your legs up the wall and call it a day. You can do that. That would be a nice long, about 20-minute legs up the wall. But as I promised, yesterday we did a shoelace pose, which is intense for the hips. Half pigeon also is, which we just finished, and so is this one. This is going to be a reclined figure 4 on the wall. So I'm going to bend my left knee. Then I'm going to take my right leg and bend it and bring the outside of the right ankle up onto the thigh of the left leg. Now, here's where your control is. It's in your left leg. Maybe you leave the leg straight, bring the sole of the foot onto the wall, and work the heel a little more to the ground, and that is going to intensify this pose. So you set it where you want it to be, because you call the shots. Hug that knee in of the right leg, hug the foot in, drive the outside of the right knee more toward the wall, but keep your tailbone down. All right, are you ready for this one? This is going to be 5 minutes on this side. Then we'll do 5 minutes on the other side. But let's see how this goes. Remember, the control is in your left leg. If you want to make it less intense, send the toes of the left leg a little higher toward the ceiling, or intensify it by sliding the foot on down. Eyes closed. Maybe eye shade covers the eyes. Arms wherever you like. Maybe down by your sides. Maybe elbows bent overhead and you reach for opposite elbows. If that feels comfortable, try it. Maybe you like one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Get your mind out of your backside. There's other ways to say that, right? Get your mind out of your backside. Let the muscles in your glutes relax. It's intense, isn't it? I'm really feeling it in my right glutes. But let it go. Stretch it out. Breathe. And we're inside of 4 minutes left. I'll let you know when the time is up. Relax your shoulders a little bit more. Relax the area between your eyebrows a little bit more. No need to clench your face and hold on to stress. Maybe as you breathe and you exhale, maybe you work the outside of the right knee more toward the wall. How does that feel? Breathe in peace and breathe out the stretch. Revisit your shoulders, relax them a little bit more. Revisit the area between your eyebrows, let that relax a little bit more. We're almost done with 5 minutes on this side. How's it feeling for you? Maybe press up into the ball of your left foot. And then let's slowly come out of it. Left foot is on the wall. Slide the left foot up the wall till the left leg is straight. Relax and send breath to your right hip. Slowly let the right leg work straight up, up, up the wall. Right heel comes to rest on the wall. Now it's the left side's turn. Bend your left knee outside of the left knee onto the top of your right thigh. Maybe push the inner left thigh open a little bit as you take the figure 4 on this side. Let your tailbone come down to your blanket or the mat. And then start to work the right foot down. Work the right foot on down to what level is right for you. And that's really important. What's right for you. Same thing on this side. You know all the cues. Rest into the pose. Soften the shoulders, the face, no tension there. Adjust the right leg to intensify or soften up on the intensity of the stretch that you're feeling in your left backside. No thoughts, just breath. Deep, slow, calm breaths in and out. That's your key to your peace, your slow, deep breaths. Exhales, soften. Inhales, refresh. The right foot. Maybe press up into the ball of the right foot. How does it feel? Hold it here for a little bit if you like. And our 5 minutes is up. Slowly bring the right heel back down onto the wall. Slowly work the right foot up, up, up the wall. Take it really slowly. This is intense. Right heel is on the wall. Right leg works to straighten. Then your left leg releases. Send it up to meet the right leg. Both legs are high on the wall now, and you are in your legs up the wall pose. Legs are long, tailbone is down, maybe eyes are covered. Let this be. This is going to be about a 7-minute pose here as you rest, restore, refresh, and let it all go. Your hips have done a lot today. Breathe. Arms wherever you like. Breathe deeply and enjoy. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. In your legs up the wall pose. You've been here 5 minutes. If you want to stay a few more minutes to go for 7 or to close out the practice, feel free to do that. I'm going to come off the wall now, bend my knees and roll off one hip or the other, and I'm going to make my way back to my mat for a final shavasana pose. But you stay on the wall if you want, or maybe you're still in that child's pose. It's all good. All right. For the final shavasana that I'm going to take today, I'm going to take my bolster and put it underneath my knees. I'm going to cover up with my blanket and bring the eye shade or the towel with me to recline. Cover the eyes with either one of those, or maybe put one underneath your neck. Maybe that feels nice. The blanket even adds a nice little bit of weight. Either you're fully covered and nice and warm, or just place it on your feet or your laps, whatever works for you. Good full 5 minutes here. Relax and let it be. Shoulders are soft. Tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Palms face up if you like, or palms down if you just want to feel more grounded. And maybe this time of year that feels just right. Nestle in so you feel comfortable. No disturbances, just peace in your body. No thoughts, just deep breaths nourishing you right now. I'll let you know when the time is up. Can you soften your shoulders a little bit more? deepen your breaths. Take a deep breath in and a deep, slow breath out. You can stay in whichever position you are in. If you're in your final shavasana and want to stay here longer, go for it. If it's time for you to conclude your hour, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Work the motion to your wrists and your ankles. Reach high overhead and take a good morning stretch as if it were the first stretch of your day. Even point your toes to the bottom of your mat. As you exhale, roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Just scoot your bolster or whatever props you used aside. Use your low arms bicep as a pillow for your head. Just rest here for a moment. Savor the peace of your breath. Gently press on up to a comfortable seated position if now's the time for you to conclude this hour-long restorative practice. Bring your hands to prayer center in gratitude and just finding the peace within. Lengthen up through the crown of your head as you inhale and slowly exhale. Gently blink your eyes open. You did it. You did an hour-long restorative practice. It was intense for your hips today. We did a lot of good things for the hips. And I hope you feel better and feel more mobile in your hips and in your body in general. As I said, every day is different. Join us tomorrow for yet another yoga practice. I hope you have a great day, and I wish you much love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Namaste. Bye, guys. See you on your mat tomorrow. Have a good day. Release judgment on yourself and take some time just for you. Self-care means taking time to pause. And that's what you do each day with your yoga. I'm glad that you're still sticking around. Check us out every single day for a different practice. You know that. And tell your friends the same thing too. Every day is different. They can do every day because they modify. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. So tell them to join in. There's no excuse not to. They can practice self-love in this month of love. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can check out our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Come to your yoga tomorrow. Come to your yoga the next day. Come to your yoga the next day. It's all good as you practice self-love and just appreciate yourself a little bit more each day. See you on your mats tomorrow.